JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, Jamaican man wanted for murder in St Lucia, nabbed in Portland. A Jamaican man wanted for murder in St Lucia was captured in Buff Bay, Portland, on Sunday during a police snap raid. He had been on the run since escaping custody in St Lucia last October. He was in lockup for the shooting death of 28-year-old Cleus Alfred. It is reported that Alfred was shot and killed on or about August 24, 2020, and that his body was found the following morning by a jogger. The Portland police have declined to release the identity of the man, citing security reasons. However, the police in St Lucia have identified the main suspect in Alfred's murder as 27-year-old Jamaican Orville Purnell. According to news outlet NBC Prime in St Lucia, Purnell reportedly used a sharp instrument to cut through steel bars and escape from a cell which he shared with 3 other detainees in October last year. Man killed in Manchester armed robbery after selling car. The Manchester police are probing the murder of a man during a robbery in the community of Chantilly in Manchester on Monday night. The deceased has been identified as 35-year-old Richard Powell. Deputy Superintendent of Police in charge of operations, Lloyd Darby, said that Powell was killed hours after he sold a car in the community for $700,000. It is reported that about 8:06 p.m., Powell, his girlfriend, and relatives were going home when a gunman demanded the girlfriend's bag containing the money. Powell reportedly resisted and fought with the gunman. He was shot during the tussle and was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. His girlfriend and relatives were not injured while the gunman escaped. DSP Darby said although the investigation is at an early stage, is appealing for anyone with information that can assist the police to contact the Mandeville Police at 876-962-2250, 876-961-5538, or 876-962-2832. 2 females shot in Torrington Park. 2 females have been hospitalized after being shot in Torrington Park in Kingston on Monday evening. Reports are that the women were in the community about 8:30 p.m. when they were approached by a lone gunman who opened fire, hitting them before escaping on foot. The victims were subsequently rushed to hospital. Their conditions are not considered life-threatening. The police are investigating. 9 taken into custody as 2 more illegal guns seized in Hanover. 9 persons have been taken into custody by the Hanover police following Sunday's seizure of 2 firearms and a quantity of local and foreign currencies, among other items. The seizures were made during a crackdown on criminal activities in the Smithfield section of Cascade in the Western Parish. We have plotted our strategies, and we are now going after the criminals, especially the gunmen, with a new resolve, because we'll definitely not allow any criminal to feel safe in this parish, said Superintendent Sharon Beeput, the commanding officer for Hanover. This brings to 4 the number of illegal guns seized in the parish in recent weeks. According to Beeput, Sunday's operation included house searches. 1 Glock pistol with a magazine containing 4.45 rounds, 1 Taurus .38 revolver with 6.38 rounds, 8 additional .38 rounds, and 15 9mm cartridges were found, she said. Beeput said the police also found $1,700, 490,000 Jamaican dollars, 1 ski mask, 2 cellular phones, 1 pound of ganja, and 1 Wells Fargo debit card. While all 9 occupants at the location were taken into custody, Beeput said the primary focus is on 3 persons. We are confident that by tomorrow we should be able to lay charges against 3 of the persons, she said Monday. Amid various policing operations in St. James, several gangsters and the lottery scammers have been targeting Hanover as a hideaway. Because of the parish's proximity to St. James, criminals are able to seamlessly operate between the 2 parishes. Just over a week ago, 2 men believed to be significant players in lottery scamming in Western Jamaica were arrested and charged with breaches of the Law Reform Fraudulent Transaction Act in Industry Cove, Hanover. The two men, 26-year-old Kimroy Atkinson of Samuel Prospect, Trelawney, and 18-year-old student Delano Samuels of Industry Cove, are slated to appear in court today. A third man who resides in South Carolina in the United States was also taken into custody, but was released without charge. He's still being investigated as he's the owner of the property where the other two men were held. According to reports, the police went to a house in Industry Cove and found paraphernalia associated with lottery scamming. They also seized 7 telephones, which allegedly had the identity data of scores of Americans. Government Minister robbed. Pernell Charles Jr., a rising star in the Jamaica Labour Party administration, yesterday felt the sting of a daring daylight robbery when thieves removed government documents, a wallet, and computer bag from his Toyota Prado in Kingston. Charles, who heads the Super Ministry of Housing, Urban Renewal, Environment and Climate Change, was hit at a cruel moment as he commiserated with relatives grieving the loss of an uncle. The minister's SUV was parked outside his family's nursing home in Russell Heights, St Andrew about 9:30 a.m., Charles confirmed. The robbers drove past the SUV in a Honda Stream, apparently to scope out the area, and returned minutes later to smash a back window of the Prado before escaping with his property. Police, who were quickly on the scene, collected surveillance tapes from security cameras mounted on homes facing the roadway and were able to see the robbery in motion, a spokesperson said. The importance of the government documents and the contents of the wallet taken from the vehicle were not immediately ascertained, but Charles said the incident demonstrated the importance of surveillance cameras being mounted all over Jamaica to catch lawbreakers. We have to take the burden off our police officers by resorting to technology more and more, said the distraught Charles, a former junior minister for national security and current member of parliament for Clarendon Southeastern. No thieves allowed. A man caught on camera stealing from a store was among the roughly 150 applicants whose hope of joining the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, did not end well during a recent recruitment drive in St. Mary. Others, from the 220 hopefuls who showed up, were eliminated for a variety of reasons, including tardiness, being inappropriately dressed, or using social media style language on the written test. The experience has left Superintendent of Police in charge of St. Mary, Bobbitt Morgan Simpson, doubtful the national target of 3,000 recruits will be met. We're in trouble, serious trouble, said Morgan Simpson. Since February, recruitment drives have been held across the country to identify fresh entrants who can take on the job to protect and serve when senior cops such as Morgan Simpson, who has 3.5 years left on the job, retire. In providing an update on the recruitment drive during the monthly meeting of the St. Mary Municipal Corporation, Morgan Simpson bemoaned applicants' inability to communicate effectively in writing, with many using words and phrases more suitable for informal messages. Even though they are told that you cannot use that style of writing, they are so accustomed to doing it, she explained. These applicants automatically fail the essay test, she added. Some young women were disqualified because of the way they were dressed. When they come in dressed like they are going to a party, they can catch the next train, said a plain-talking Morgan Simpson. There was also little time wasted on those who lacked the discipline to be on time. Some showed up at 10 a.m. for a 7:30 a.m. appointment, the superintendent noted. And even after passing the test, there is no guarantee an applicant will take up the post. Some, said Morgan Simpson, were unwilling to remove tattoos, which would be visible while they were in uniform. As for the man seen stealing on video, Morgan Simpson's tongue-in-cheek explanation for opting not to allow him entry into the force was that he may choose, once a member of the JCF, to continue stealing. 36 new COVID cases, 3 more deaths in Jamaica. Jamaica recorded 36 new cases of COVID-19 and 3 additional deaths on Monday. The country has now recorded 50,793 confirmed cases of the virus, of which 8,210 are active. According to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the 3 deaths were for a 59-year-old woman from St. Anne, a 73-year-old man from St Catherine, and a 70-year-old man from St James. Of the 36 newly reported cases, there were 18 females and 17 males, with ages ranging from 9 months to 96 years. 9 of the cases were recorded in Kingston and St Andrew, 7 in Westmoreland, 6 in St James, and 4 in St Catherine. Hanover also recorded 4 cases, while Clarendon recorded 3, and Manchester, St Anne, and St Elizabeth recorded 1 each. The country also recorded 1,061 new recoveries, bringing the number of recoveries to 41,090. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.